Boys on the Track. What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's Dylan T, it's D-Man the Voice, if you're feeling frisky. How we doing today? We doing good? Sound down and off down in the comments. Sound off down there, I stumbled over myself there. Sound off down in the comments if you're feeling alright. Or not. Or just how you're feeling in general. Just let me know. Just tell me. Tell me how you're feeling. I want to know. Let's talk about it. But before that, listen to me jabber on about some assholes on the internet, huh? Sounds like a good time to me. Sounds like a good way to spend your morning, getting ready for work, or having your breakfast, having some lunch, listening to me in the break room, maybe with earphones in, because I do swear quite often. Just as you're going to sleep, the smooth dulcet tones of my voice help you drift off to La La Land. Whatever it is, whatever context you listen to me in, I'm grateful for it. I'm happy. Throw me a like, share, and subscribe if it feels right to ya. Also, check me out over on Twitter X, linked down in the description. I'm a voice actor. I promote my stuff over there. I also say funny shit and share videos of my animals, videos and photos. They're cute. They're adorable. Love them. With all that being said, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video. Let's go. Okay, everybody. Am I the asshole for not providing any kind of extra support for my kid's other household? What does that mean? Does it mean like you and your wife or ex-wife, baby mama, whatever, split up and like you have split custody and you're not providing any sort of child support for that, for her side of things? I mean, again, that wouldn't necessarily mean you're necessarily an asshole right off the bat. It just would be like I need to know the situation here, right? Because if it's court ordered and you're not giving it, might be kind of a dick thing. If you guys aren't co-parenting and there's a lot of situations could be. Let's read it. Let's read it and find out, right? Okay. I have 2 children, 11 female and 8 male, with my ex, and we share physical and legal custody of them. I pay child support because I'm a higher earner than my ex, and the child support is minimal, $150 monthly. Damn, in this day and age, that is fucking nothing. $150 a month? That is, it's to cover expenses for the kids, but in this day and age, $150 ain't gonna go far at all with 2 kids, you know what I'm saying? But, court ordered. But it's supposed to help balance things between the homes. Yeah, that's how it works. My ex is married again, and her family has grown in the house, with her and her husband. Okay, in the house with her and her husband. His 3 children under 10, Jesus, and their 2 shared children under 5. Good Lord. Wait, so you have 2 kids with her, right? So she has those 2 kids. And then she had another 2 kids with this dude. And then he has 3 of his own kids that also are living in that house. So at any given time, they have anywhere between 5 and 7 children in that house at one time. Oh my God. Stop having kids. This is something, I don't know if y'all have seen on TikTok recently, depending on when you listen to this video. Recently, there's been this video circulating around about this family, this lady talking about how we get by as a family of 6 going on 7 in a 1-bedroom apartment. And rightfully so, in my opinion, everybody's roasting her like, what the fuck do you mean 6 going on 7 in a 1-bedroom apartment? And I saw somebody be like, man, y'all really hate poor people. It's really showing you hate poor people. What the fuck? No. That's not what we're doing. We're not going to be like, we're not hating on them because of their socioeconomic status. Living in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment is not the issue. Living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 6 going on 7 children is the fucking problem. Acting like these kids just keep falling out of the fucking sky and there's nothing they can do about it. Stop fucking. I'm begging you to fucking invest in some birth control, for God's sake, right? 6 kids is a lot in any circumstance, but in a 1-bedroom apartment is irresponsible, right? Going on 7, which means y'all aren't uncomfortable enough with 6 kids. You gotta add another to the... What happens when those kids start getting older and becoming teenagers and shit? You're gonna have enough room. You don't have enough room for them now when they're children, let alone fucking down the road, right? Who knows? Maybe the story's about them. Imagine. But, like, my point is, right... Too many times people seem to act like kids just fucking happen, right? Like there's nothing, you're just sitting around one day, right? Just sitting on the couch and the kid just fucking spawns in, right? Just fucking, now I have a 2-year-old. Like, because that's how it fucking works, right? Acting like having kids and these kids happening is completely out of their fucking control and can't happen. Expect people to feel bad for them because they got a fucking horde of children in an area that's far too small for them. Like, stop fucking! Or if you don't want to stop fucking, get some kind of fucking birth control. I'm begging you to wear a condom, brother. I'm begging you to get on the pill, my baby. I'm begging you to get on the pill. I'm begging one of you to get something snipped or tied or cut or something. For God's sake, stop having kids. Right? Jesus. So my point is with this, right? That is anywhere between 5 and 7 children in this household at any given time. And as I'm sure I'm about to read, they're probably struggling financially, right? Because they keep having kids beyond their financial means. They just keep having them. They just keep having fucking kids. They have a certain financial, means or whatever, and they just keep putting more people into it and because acting like, another kid isn't going to cost exponentially more goddamn money to provide for. Like, government assistance only goes so far, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get back into the fucking thing. My ex and her husband struggle financially. Of course they fucking do. I called it. Did I call it or did I fucking call it? My ex and her husband struggle financially and have attempted to increase child support 5 times in the last 4 years, expecting this man to pay for all your fucking kids. He pays for his kids. He pays for and has partial custody of, so he cares for his children. The reason you're increasing child support is to expect him to pay for the rest of your fucking kids that he has nothing to do with, all right? Like, that, all your other kids that he didn't have anything to do with are not his responsibility and is not going to be paying for. That's why you've tried 5 times and failed 5 times, because that's ridiculous. You're trying to get him to pay for all of your kids. Insane. The courts turned down the request for more child support each time. Of course, twice in front of a judge. The other time, we did not make it before a judge before it was denied. I mean, the courts probably tired of their time being wasted, being like, bitch, he's paying proper child support for the situation with his biological children, right? He has partial custody of them, so the time he's not, he pays a little bit of money extra. What is the extra money for? For the rest of your kids that aren't his? No. Like, what? Like literally, you don't have to have been a judge, gone to law school to look at that and go, are you out of your fucking mind? No. Get out of my courtroom. Like, what the fuck? My ex was reminded that child support is meant to provide for our kids, exactly, not for her family as a whole. My ex argued that the financial burden impacts them, but this was not deemed worthy of child support increase. They were looking to increase to make it $800 a month. Good, that's a fucking hell of an increase from $150, Jesus. But like, the financial burden impacts them? Yes, I'm sure it does. Guess you should probably figure that out then. Since you're the one who put the financial burden in place by having more goddamn kids, right? You deciding to have more children with this dude is not your ex's responsibility. How is that hard to comprehend, right? Like, how is that hard to how is that not registering, right? How is that not getting through to you? Like, the kids that you had with this new dude are not your old dude's responsibility, the fuck? Well, the financial burden impacts them. Yeah, the financial burden that you put in place, so you have to figure out how to fucking pay for it. Like, he pays for his part, for his kids, and he cares for his kids half the time, as per the custody agreement. Like, bitch, fuck you. God. My ex has independently asked me to give her $50 here and there. No. Or to buy stuff for other children at home. No, those are not my kids. This happens even when our children are in my home. Huh? That's even stupider. Wait, she's asking him just for money to pay for kids when he's taking care of his kids. She's asking him for money to take care of her other kids that aren't his. What the fuck is going on? I always say no. Good. I have told her ex I have told my ex that I'm not responsible for supporting her other children and will never provide for them financially. Exactly. Like, that's not a crazy fucking thing. Like, that seems like common sense to me. I'm not gonna help support kids that aren't mine. Right? That he had no hand in. That he has not agreed to raise, right? Because, like, it'd be different if, like, he was a step-parent and, like, they're not biologically his, but he agreed to raise them, right? But, like, she had these kids, like, after she got away with him, with her new dude, and the three of the kids are not even hers biologically. They're from his... Is she expecting him to pay for his fucking 3 kids that he had before he met her, too? Which is even more asinine than her asking him to pay for the kids that she had with the new dude. What the fuck is going on? Like, how... I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, what the fuck... Okay. Recently, this became a more intense issue on their side because our daughter's birthday and her youngest stepchild's birthday are a week apart, and our daughter had a great time and got gifts at both my house and her mom's, and she had a big birthday party that I hosted. Hell yeah. While my ex's stepchild didn't get much and had no party. They couldn't afford one. Sounds like they should have fucking planned better. What is the dad doing, right? What is the new dude doing in this situation? Like, where's his money coming from? Does he have any? Is he staying at home trying to work on his rap career? Be a Twitch streamer, right? He works really hard, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they cannot afford one. Yeah, so I had been asked twice to send some gifts for the other child. No! That's not my kid. What the fuck is going on? My ex also wanted the other kids invited. My daughter didn't, so they weren't invited. Wait. Oh, my ex also wanted the other kids invited. My daughter didn't, so they weren't invited. Oh, I got you. Okay, so her ex wanted the other kids to be invited to the party, but the daughter didn't want the kids to be invited, so they weren't. Exactly. Right? That makes sense to me. It's her party. She gets to decide who shows up and who doesn't. Like, nothing crazy there. It pissed my ex off. Well, she can go fuck herself. But then her stepkids' lunch accounts went into the negative days after the birthdays were both over, and since I topped up our kids, she wanted me to do it for the stepkids, and I said no again. What the fuck is happening here? I'm gonna finish it, and then I'm gonna rant some more, probably. She called me a monster and asked how I could live with myself knowing my children's other family are struggling and are literally drowning in financial difficulty, and I could help but choose not to. Am I the asshole? No, absolutely not. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, let's get down to the comments y'all can read while I'm sitting here chilling. But, like, what the fuck is going on, y'all? Like, am I going crazy? Like, again, let me know down in the comments if you what your thoughts are. But, like, I feel like this is pretty cut and dry, right? Like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Like, she's continuously asking her ex to pay for shit for her new kids that he has nothing to do with. The man takes care of his children, right? The man takes care of his children. He has the custody, per the custody agreement, has them as much as he's able to, sends her money for them, you know, on her side of things. And he's doing everything possible. Sounds like, you know, he's topped off their lunches and birthday parties. Like, he's doing everything to care for his kids, you know? And so, like, but then she's like, you need to help me with my other kids too. What do you mean? Right? That is you and your new man's responsibility, right? It is you and your new man's responsibility to care for his 3 kids that he brought into your home and your 2 kids that you have together. Your ex is completely out of that situation, right? He makes sure that his kids are chilling. He makes sure that his kids are doing well, and that is all that his responsibility is, right? And so, for this bitch to be constantly, like, in his ear being like, can you send me this money? Can you try to increase shit through the courts? Can you send me this and that, you know, for her? And, oh, your daughter had a nice birthday party, but my other kid didn't. Well, that sounds like you and your other kid's fucking problem then, doesn't it? My daughter was taken care of. So how about you figure that shit out between you and your new man on how you're going to provide for your other kid? Like, what the fuck? Can you top off my other kid's lunches? No! Like, you don't have money for that so that they can pay for fucking food at school? Like, again, that sounds like a you problem. I mean, I feel for the kids. I do. I always say that in these things. I feel for the kids, you know, the other kids in that situation, because they didn't do nothing to nobody, right? They didn't do anything wrong. It's not their fault that their mother and father and whatever can't fucking provide for them and are trying to fucking leech money off of somebody who can't take care of their kids. But, like, so I feel bad for them, and I hope that they, you know, get in a better situation for whatever happens there. But, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? I don't understand, man. Like, what goes through your head? What goes through, she can't think that this is logical, that this is reasonable. Like, this is, like this comment right here. The other kid's dad is literally right there. Dead ass! What is he doing? What is Chucklefuck McGee doing over here? No mention of him in this whole thing. Like, acting like she's a single mom trying to take care of 7 kids and he's not helping. Like, what the fuck? No, what about this other dude? Where's his money? You know? What about what's she doing financially or whatever? Like, what are we... Having kids is fucking expensive. Having 5, 7 at times kids is bananas, right? Like, like, especially if you can't afford it, don't be having them kids, man. Shit. Good Lord. Just, and the fucking audacity of her at the end there to be like, you're a monster knowing these kids are suffering and doing nothing about it. Bitch, what? Why aren't you doing something about it? They're your fucking kids. Like, what? You're a monster. If he's a monster, what does that make you? Since you're their biological mother, you're their mother, right? And you're not doing anything for him. What does that make you? Right? Like, what? Like, okay, by that same logic, are you sending money to them kids in Africa? Right? No, you're not. You're a monster for not caring for those kids that aren't yours. What the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ. The fucking, what kind of mental gymnastics do you gotta do to have this line of thinking and think that you're in the right? Right? Like, I don't know what this bitch is on, what kind of shit she's smoking, but no, the poster is not the asshole here, okay? Obviously. This bitch is completely out of line, ridiculous. I don't know what her new man is doing, like why they're struggling so down. And the bottom line, the real bottom line of this whole thing is that the underlining point that I want everyone to walk away understanding. Stop having fucking kids! Oh my God! Stop having fucking kids! If you can't afford them, alright? Jesus Christ. Like, it's not about, like, and then the people will be like, you hate poor people. It's not about that. I've grew up poor. I've been poor, okay? Like, it's not about that. It's about understanding your financial situation and realizing that it would be irresponsible, nigh on abusive, to bring a child into this situation when you can barely afford to live yourself. Like, you think shit's gonna get financially easier if you have a kid? Let alone fucking 5, 7, or like, what? That'd be a financial burden on anybody that isn't a multimillionaire. Like, that is too many goddamn kids, man. Anyway. God, just outro time, y'all. Outro time. I got heated with this one. Outro time. All right, y'all. Whoo, that one. I got amped on that one, huh? Fucking the audacity. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check me out over on Twitter. X, link in the description. I also say funny shit over there and rant sometimes. Before we go, though, you know, I mean, if you listened to me before, you know, it's time for the special message. And today's special message, in vein of the story we read today, take responsibility for your actions, folks. Take responsibility for yourself and your actions, right? Because as I said, these people having these hordes and hordes of children and then acting like this is something that happened to them completely out of their control, right? Like these kids, like I said, these kids just keep showing up and there's nothing they can do about it, right? Like, I mean, I understand that for some reason a lot of people like don't want to talk about like sex and shit, but like, stop, like I said, stop fucking. Stop fucking. Just stop. And if you don't want to stop fucking, then that's coming out. I say stop fucking as an asexual person who doesn't care about sex. But like, I say stop fucking, but if you don't want to stop fucking, then there are so many different ways, different versions of contraception you can go into that prevent you from having kids. All right? Like, there is no reason for you to be having that many goddamn kids, especially if you cannot support them, right? Like, and don't give me, well, God gives us as many children as we're... Shut up. Shut up. Okay? Having a religious stance is not an excuse to be irresponsible like that, all right? Like, this is the year 2024, all right? We're not doing that, okay? We're not going to use a religion as an excuse to be an irresponsible shithead, okay? And bring these kids into a horrible situation. It's also against your religion to get fucking divorced, so why do you have a baby daddy or a baby mama? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to go talk about it, let's talk about it. But, like, my point is, stop having these fucking kids if you can't take care of them, man. It's not fair to the children. And that's only person I really care about in these situations is the kids. I hate that these kids are being brought into these fucked up situations through no fault of their own, the fact they can't control it. And then just, like, if you can barely care for yourself, financially, emotionally, physically, why in God's all fuck would you bring a kid into this world, okay? They are so much work. They are so much goddamn work, okay? Like, it's not like getting a puppy, right? It's not like getting a dog, right? You shouldn't even get a dog if you're not financially stable. They're a fucking drain on your resources and time and everything too. But a kid? Like, take that and crank it up to fucking 11. Shout out to whoever gets that reference. But, like, my point is, man, is if you cannot care for yourself effectively, why would you choose to try and care for something else that needs all of you, right? It needs all of you. It can't do anything for itself, right? Whether you're talking a kid or even an animal, but a kid is what we're talking about right now. That kid cannot do anything for itself for years, right? Which means for years you are solely responsible financially, physically, emotionally for that child. And you've been responsible for years for yourself, and look at you, right? Clearly you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So why would you bring a kid into this world? Just make sure you can do it before you do it, all right? Make sure you can do it. Make sure it's a fucking good idea. And stop acting like having kids is just something that happens. It's completely out of people's fucking control. Contraception exists in so many goddamn forms, all right? Good Lord. Anyway, rant over. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Thank you for being here. Stay frosty out there, everybody. Do the work! Oh my God, do the work! And I'll see you on the next one, alright? Have a great day. Peace.